Good morning. Welcome back. President Biden's $1.9 trillion COVID-19 relief bill heads to the House for a final vote this week after 27 hours of debate in the Senate.
The massive plan includes assistance for millions of struggling Americans, but it is still stuffed with political pork. Here to break down what's inside it, former chief economist for the U.S. International Trade Commission, Peter Morici. Peter, thank you so much for getting up with this morning. Thank you.
Good morning. Well, the most important... Go ahead.
Go ahead.
The most important thing to remember about the bill is much of it is not aimed at COVID problems. A good deal of it is income redistribution. For example, making the earned income tax credit unearned. You get the money whether or not you get a job. Sending families with $150,000 a year and 2 kids a $6,000 check. You know, that's absurd. The important thing to remember, though, is it's not addressing the scars. It's not doing terribly a lot for the unemployed, and particularly the permanently unemployed. And it's either going to cause increased interest rates from all the borrowing, so you won't be able to buy a home as easily, or increased inflation, so you won't be able to buy anything very easily.
Mm-hmm. Well, and in fact, we've got this full screen here. We pull it up, which shows exactly what's in this. It extends the $300 a week federal unemployment through September the 6th. It sends out those $1,400 stimulus checks, but with more narrowed eligibility. And then things like increasing the Amtrak relief funding by $200 million. As we said earlier, a lot of pork in this.
Yeah, let me pick out 2 items here. One is the Amtrak relief program. We've got money for Amtrak, which has a union, and we have money for airlines, which have a union. We don't have any money for the bus companies like Greyhound and so forth. And in reality, they're the most likely to be needed after the pandemic because it's their traffic that will likely respond and reflate the quickest. Another aspect is the unemployment benefits are simply too small. If you're a sandwich maker in New York, you used to work at one of those shops on Madison Avenue or whatever, your state benefits have run out. And $300 a week comes out to a little more than $1,200 a month. You can't even pay rent on that. We need to have focused relief for these people instead of this other pork. For example, the earned income tax credit that I spoke about, so that they can retrain and relocate because likely their jobs are not coming back.
Hey, Peter, I want to pull up this tweet here. This is from New Jersey Democratic Congresswoman Bonnie Watson Coleman, and this reads, quote, "This trend is outrageous. Eliminating $15 an hour, reducing thresholds for payments, cutting off 400,000 New Jerseyans, cuts to weekly payments. What are we doing here? I'm frankly disgusted with some of my colleagues and question whether I can support this bill." Peter, you had Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, among others, going ahead and retweeting this. It begs the question, and we talked about this at length before President Biden was even, elected into office, is how is he going to find that ground to satisfy all, and try and unify, as we've heard him talk about a million times, when you have Republicans who don't like this, when you have the far left Democrats, some of them anyway, who appear not to like this when they're retweeting this. How's he going to do it?
Well, certainly not by continuing to pander to the left, because no matter how much he gives AOC, it's not enough. This will raise the deficit to about $5 trillion a year. That's the kind of money printing or inflation creating deficit that has made Brazil the kind of country it is, or even Italy. My feeling is there's no amount of income redistribution that'll make those folks happy. This is a very hard left bill. They got no Republican votes for a reason in the Senate. And Biden is really disappointing us. He campaigned as a moderate and then sold out.
Wow. Strong words there.
Yeah, very interesting. Peter, thank you for joining us.